This is Auburn Prison, a maximum security facility in New York, and on Sunday mornings, it becomes the site of a high-stakes culinary operation. Men filter back to their cells from Sunday services, family visits, or hours in the yard. They are tired, hungry, and looking for something the state doesn't provide. The mess hall food is unappealing, but the alternative, cooking a full meal inside a cramped cell, takes hours of labor that most simply don't have the energy for after a long day. This gap between demand and exhaustion creates a massive, captive market for fast, reliable takeout. The solution is the setup. For about $7, a customer receives 2 fried fish sandwiches, a cold drink. Pulling off this service in a maximum security prison requires a highly coordinated supply chain, managed without refrigeration and under constant guard surveillance. Procurement is the first pillar. Since New York prisons serve fish every Friday, the operators barter for extra boxes of breaded patties at the end of the week, keeping them cold by wrapping them in wet towels until Sunday morning. Secondary ingredients like bread and cheese are secured through a shadow economy, using these postage stamps as currency to pay off the porters who manage the food carts. The rest, the mayonnaise, pickles, and fresh produce, is bought legally through the prison's official commissary to round out the inventory. Production begins with a marketing push on Saturday, alerting the cell block to have their funds ready before the gates crack open the next morning. At 7 a.m. sharp, the labor is divided. While one partner focuses on the methodical task of frying fish, the other manages the crowd and tracks the movement of the guards. Tying up this single burner for 6 hours is a significant bottleneck, as every minute used by the operation is a minute taken from someone else who needs to cook. The heat creates a literal life or death risk. A grease fire. If flames erupt from the electric eye, the operators have only seconds to smother them with salt before the smoke reaches the tier. If a guard catches even a glimpse of a flame, the operation is permanently shut down. Logistics and distribution present the next hurdle. Without insulated bags or delivery carts, the operators must move dozens of orders across the facility while keeping the food hot and the drinks cold. This flow is prioritized based on individual visit schedules, specific cell locations, and the current patrol patterns of the guards on duty. For deliveries to higher tiers, operators pay porters to drop a string with a net bag from the 3rd floor. The orders are wrapped in plastic and hauled up to the customer. Alternatively, they use a more direct method, throwing the wrapped setup with enough precision to clear the bars of a high cell window on the first try, catching the tobacco payment as it flies back down. These narrow corridors and metal walkways define the physical reality of the business, leaving no room for a missed throw or a slow delivery. Product differentiation is what ultimately scales the business. A homemade tartare sauce crafted from commissary mayonnaise, chopped pickles, basil, and hot sauce. This specific value add transforms a basic meal into a premium product, creating such intense loyalty that customers will pay extra just for a side of the sauce. Even in a captive market, superior product quality and precise logistical execution are the only ways to build a lasting business. Beyond the operational mechanics, the entire system exists for the customer, the man returning to his cell after a grueling day outside the block. Finding 2 hot fish sandwiches waiting for him provides a rare, reliable moment of normalcy and comfort in an environment that offers very little of either. For the men running the operation, this illicit hustle functions as an intensive education in executive project management. They master the ability to manage a fragile supply chain, execute a production schedule, and mitigate real-time security risks under extreme pressure. The fundamental principles of complex logistics remain identical, whether you are managing projects in a corporate boardroom or operating out of a cell on the flats.